Sit. Are you a good boy? Good girl. Sit. Sit. Good boy, Robert. Sit. Sit. Good girl, Miss Lily. Good morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to my kitchen. I just got puppies a little treat, so hopefully that'll keep them occupied for a little bit. I got me some coffee, and I'm ready to do a little bit of cooking and a little bit of baking. So if you're not doing anything this morning, come on in and join me in my kitchen. I'm going to scramble up some eggs. I'm going to make some ham salad and some egg salad. And then I'm going to bake a pumpkin spice cookie this morning. So let me get my hands washed and I'll get started. I'm just trying to make a few things for the weekend. So I thought a nice little ham salad would be nice to put on sandwiches. An egg salad, so it'd be something that I could grab and it would be a quick, grab and go. So I'm going to be making the ham salad, the egg salad, and I had a lot of extra eggs. So I went ahead and just cracked some eggs, and I got them whisked together, and I'm going to do some scrambled eggs, and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator so I can just go in, and if we want to make a sandwich or whatever we want to make, I can make a quick breakfast. So anyway, let me get started. So good morning if you're just coming in. Welcome to my kitchen. I'll have to turn on this noisy fan. I apologize. So I'm going to start scrambling some eggs. And then I'm going to make some ham salad. And I'm going to make some egg salad. And then I'm going to bake a 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cookie. So if you would like to join me this morning, come on in and join me in my kitchen. Let's cook and bake a little bit. I went ahead and boiled the eggs. So I have the eggs ready. I'm going to go ahead and move these over to some cool water. So I can make the egg salad. Hopefully I'm not making too much noise behind you there. So good morning. Happy Friday. We made it through another week. And it is absolutely beautiful here this morning. It's supposed to be in the 60s again today. So I'm just going to be scrambling some eggs, and I'm hoping that you can see me from there. This light is awful bright, so I'll try and keep you back a little ways. So I'll just put a little bit of grease in there. A little bit of vegetable oil. And I'm going to heat that skillet just a little bit. And I have about 8 eggs in here. And I just lift them up really good. I'm just going to turn them into scrambled eggs. Get a little head start on the weekend. That way I can get everything ready and it'll be a quick grab and go breakfast. And then my mother-in-law stopped in the other day and brought this new little chopper for me. So I'm going to try this out today. see what I think of it. And I'm going to make some egg salad for sandwiches for this weekend. And that way I'll get to try out this new little chopper grinder. And I'll see what I think of it. I thought that was a very nice, really nice gift. It was a nice surprise. She stopped in for a visit last week and she brought that. She said it was supposed to be here for Christmas, but it didn't make it here till late. So we're going to get to try that out this morning. So I think that's amazing. So how is everybody doing this morning? I hope you're doing good. Are you ready for a good weekend? Are you going to be doing anything exciting? This is supposed to be pretty. I think we're going to be going up to the property a little bit, the new property a little bit this weekend. I know there's at least one gentleman coming today to the new property to look at those large trees, and he'll be meeting my husband up there. And so, yeah, we're getting excited. It won't be long till we'll be moving to the new property. Hopefully, everything will be moved, the mobile home will be moved, and everything will be ready in May to move the mobile home. So I'm hoping that's the plan. Okay, I've got my skillet warm, and I'm just going to scramble these eggs. Just get a little head start for the weekend. That in the sink and just a little bit of water in that. If you're just coming in, good morning. Welcome to my kitchen. We're going to do a little bit of cooking today and a little bit of baking. I'm going to make, like I said, ham salad for sandwiches and some egg salad. I'm scrambling some eggs this morning just to get a head start for my weekend breakfast. So it can be a grab and go breakfast. Good morning, Janice. How are you this morning? Welcome to my kitchen. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Sorry, I've got water running right behind it. I apologize. And I'm just going to scramble these up and give myself a head start for the weekend breakfast in case we get busy. And I'm going to give you a trigger warning in advance. I do have the 2 Maltese, and we do have a lot of neighbors, so that you may hear them bark. And if they do, I apologize in advance, but they're just puppies being puppies. Okay, so the 2 ingredient cookies that I'm going to be doing, I saw this on Hillbilly Kitchen, and she had done a 2 ingredient pumpkin spice cookies, and I tried them. All you need is 1 spice cake and 1 15-ounce can of 100% pure pumpkin. So I'm going to go ahead and make a pumpkin spice cookie. So we'll have, cookies that we can just grab and go. And I think these would be amazing as a muffin. And it would be great just as a cake onto the side, and then make your own icing. But the pumpkin spice turned out amazing. So that credit for this recipe would go to the Hillbilly Kitchen. And I tried them in the fall. I think I have a live stream on that. And my husband absolutely loved them. So I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 ingredient pumpkin spice cookie. So I'm going to go ahead and get my breakfast out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and get my ham salad and my egg salad made up for the sandwiches. And then I will move over to making the pumpkin spice cookies. And I think that's about all I'm going to get done this morning. But this will give me a little bit of a head start. for breakfasts this weekend, because I think we're going to have a busy weekend. And if we're going back and forth between home and the property, this gives me a very nice, I'll bring you a little closer, a very nice way to just kind of grab and go. And I'll go ahead and turn this light off, so maybe you can see what I'm doing. That light's really bright, so I'll let you see what I'm doing. I'm just scrambling eggs. I had about 8 eggs. I added just a little bit of vegetable oil in my skillet. And I'm just scrambling some eggs. And then I'll put these in a container, put them in the refrigerator. And then I'll probably do some waffles and different things to go with that over the weekend. And I can do a quick grab and go breakfast, because we're going to be busy. So, I hope everyone's doing good. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. And we'll get to try out the new little chopper grinder that my mother-in-law brought last week and delivered to us. I thought that was an absolutely wonderful gift. And I'll get to try that out as well. Hi, good morning. Welcome to my kitchen, everyone. If you're just coming in, we're doing some cooking and a little bit of baking this morning. We're not doing anything real major. It's going to be pretty easy. I started off with just scrambling some eggs. And I did, if you've been following me on the sourdough starter, I did go ahead and feed my sourdough starter, and you can see all those wonderful, beautiful bubbles in there. You can see how active it is. And then I moved it to a fresh container this morning, and I've just got it setting since I fed it. I've just got it setting here on my counter, and I just put my cloth cover over, and I'm going to let it rise. It was only up to this rubber band whenever I did my feeding, and now it's this much above. I'm looking for it to double, and then I'm going to go ahead and set this back in my refrigerator. And this container has the wooden lid, so I'll remove the cloth and put the wooden lid on and put it back in the refrigerator. And that's the new sourdough starter that we started last week. So this is week 2. We started it last Monday, and I'm trying each day, I'm trying to feed it a little bit, which I have a kitty. No kitty, thank you. Curious kitty. So, every day I'm feeding it, and how I'm feeding it is I'm taking 1/4 cup of my starter out of my sourdough starter. I'm adding 1/4 cup of water and 1/4 cup of flour, and I'm stirring it really well to make sure that I get all those bubbles activated really good. Get me a container out. And it's not quite strong enough yet to make the sourdough, so it is, like I said, a very beautiful starter for a new starter. You can see all those beautiful bubbles. And I fed this at 7 this morning, and now it has risen that much above the rubber band. This is the fresh container I put it in this morning. So that's showing how nice and active that the starter dough is. And we want to see all those bubbles. I'm hoping the camera's picking those up. So that's a very nice starter for a young starter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get these into a container. And then I'll get moved on to making the ham salad for sandwiches and the egg salad. And I can just put them on toasted bread and add some toppings to them, or just have ham salad and egg salad for a quick grab and go. So I'm just doing a few things up early for the morning. And because I used the eggs in here, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water to this skillet. So all of that on the bottom will start to loosen back up for me. I'm just going to let that set there and soak, and then here a little bit I'll turn it on and boil it, and then all of that will come loose. And I just have a tendency to want to stick to cast iron. So there we go. We got that taken care of. So now, and I'm only making it enough for two. It's just myself and my husband. So there we have some scrambled eggs that I can put in the refrigerator when they cool. And that will help me have a quick, easy breakfast. So I'm just going to set these off to the side. I have a cooling rack over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn off this noisy fan. And the more that sets, that will just come right up off of there because my skillet is hot. And then if I need to, I can boil it. And all of that will just come right off. See how that just lifts right up off of there. It just loosens right up and comes right off. Just part of my maintenance for my cast iron. So I'm just going to let that set and soak while I move on to other things. So I'm going to move you over here just a little bit and move you down. And I'm going to start making some ham salad for ham salad sandwiches. And here is the nice little gift that was brought to me this last week. My mother-in-law stopped. So I went ahead and washed everything and got it ready. And I'm going to try this out this morning and make a little bit of ham salad. Ham salad sandwiches with this. And I have not tried it out yet. So you get to try it out with me. So we'll see how it goes. And I'll see what I think of it. If I can get my cord undone, that is. All I did was just get it washed up and ready. And now I'm going to see what I think of it and how well it does just making some ham salad this morning. This was a nice little Christmas gift, and my mother-in-law said it was supposed to be here at Christmas, and it came in late, so she stopped by last week and delivered it. So I'm going to get to try this out this morning. So I'm not going to plug that in yet. So I have a little package of ham, cubed ham. And this is an 8-ounce package. And of course, I'm not making a large amount because it's just my husband and myself. So I don't really need a whole lot. So I'm going to see how this does chopping this cubed ham. And this is has water added, and it's 96% fat-free. And it says 4 servings, fully cooked, and it's 8 ounces. So I'm going to try my little handy-dandy little chopper out here this morning. It does chop and grind. And I had a small one similar to this, and it had broke down. And I actually had it out last week and even had my husband look at it. And he said it was just, he didn't know what had happened. So it was just coincidence that his mother stopped by and delivered this nice little chopper. And this is the Cuisinart. So I'm not sure how it's going to chop, so I'm just going to put a little bit of ham in there. And this is the cubed ham. Whoops. Puppy just got a piece. He'll be happy. And I'm not sure how well this is going to chop, so I'm just going to try a little bit at a time because I've not tried this chopper out yet. We'll see how it does. I'm not sure how much power this has. So let me get it. Get the lid on. We'll get her plugged in, and I will give it a try. And I do have some different containers out. And I think I want to use one of these to put that ham salad in. I've got one for my egg salad and one for my ham salad. So that's what I'm going to use this morning. So I'll go ahead and get that one out for the ham salad. And I want to see how this does. Now this might be a little loud, so trigger warning. We're just trying this out. And I want to do this on chop. I don't want it ground. And I'm just pulsing. It looks like it's doing a good job. I think this is going to be a nice little chopper. Grinder. This would be perfect size for my camper. I don't think I have one in my camper. I'm going to turn this into ham salad. And I'm hoping you can see how nice that is chopping up. So, if you're looking for a little chopper, I think this one is going to be nice. Again, it's new. And I'm just using pulse. And I think that's about as close as I want. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug it. I'm hoping you can see that okay. It looks like it chopped nice and even and fine. I'll put it into my bowl. I think that's going to make some really nice ham salad. And yes, my hands are clean. I washed my hands. So I'm going to go ahead and chop some more of that. And I'm just using the 8-ounce package. And I wasn't sure what it was going to do. I think it's going to do fine. I think I used about half a package. And now I'm going to add just whatever's left there. I think this is going to make some very nice ham salad for ham salad sandwiches. So good morning if you're just coming in. We're just piddling in the kitchen. We're doing a little bit of cooking. And then I'm going to, after I get the cooking done, I'm going to bake some 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cookies. And that recipe, I was watching Hillbilly Kitchen back in the fall. And I tried the recipe, and my husband absolutely loved the cookies. So I'm going to make some of those for the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and chop. And I'm just pulsing. That's a little bit more ham, so I'll see how it does. Seems to be doing very well. I definitely think I'll take this little thing to my camper with me. It's doing an amazing job. Give it a few more pulses and I think we're good. And since I'm going to be mixing this up, I'm going to go ahead and move that into another bowl, a mixing bowl. And I'll store it in that container. I think it's doing an amazing job. I'm very impressed. Unplug it. And I'll go ahead and get this added to my mixing bowl. I'm very impressed. I'll have to tell her I really like that. I'm going to watch those blades. And just go ahead and get the rest of that out of there. So that was basically like a trial. It was new. And I think I'm really going to like that. And it does just have the blades. So I'm being very careful. And it was very easy to use. It really wasn't very loud at all. And it chopped very evenly, as you can see. That's going to make an absolutely wonderful ham salad for ham salad sandwiches. So I'm absolutely impressed. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of my way. And I'm going to go ahead and put this ham salad together. And then I'll move on to making the egg salad. So good morning if you're just coming in. Welcome to my kitchen. And this is a new one, so I'm going to open it real quick. And I'm just going to add a little bit of Miracle Whip salad dressing. And with my chopped ham. And this is 8 ounces of ham. So I'm going to start off with just a couple tablespoons. And they're going to be like big heaping tablespoons. So let me start off with a couple like that. And I'll see if I'm going to need some more. Now with your ham salad, you could add relish or whatever you'd like with your ham salad. I don't really like a whole lot added to my ham salad. So I usually just add the Miracle Whip and the ham. And then if I want something else added, I can always add it when I'm making my sandwich. Oh, that's going to be perfect. That made absolutely beautiful ham salad. Hopefully you can see that. I think I'm going to be very impressed with that little chopper. What a wonderful gift from my mother-in-law. And I'll go ahead and just put it into this container. It might be a little big, but I think it's going to be all right. And this is going to get me a few things ahead for the weekend. So if I'm in a hurry, I can come in and get some bread and toast some bread and make a nice ham salad sandwich. Especially if we're having a busy weekend. This just saves me some time over the weekend so I can enjoy my weekend. I'll move that out of my way. And there is some beautiful ham salad for ham salad sandwiches this weekend. So now I have my scrambled eggs, which is going to help me with my breakfast. Got those done. And if I drop any pieces, I have a little fur baby right here, ready to pick that up. And now I have my ham salad for ham salad sandwiches ready. So I'll move that off to the side. And I'm going to keep my Miracle Whip salad dressing out because I want to make some egg salad sandwiches as well. So I'm just going to kind of wipe this off. And I'm going to move a few things over. Clean my space a little bit. And I'm going to get me a strainer. Hopefully I can do this without bumping. And I'm just going to get me a little trash bag put together here. I'm going to crack some eggs, and then I'm going to make some egg salad. Okay, see, I've got the container ready for the egg salad. I've got my trash ready. I think I need a drink of coffee. Good morning if you're just coming in. Hello. Thanks for joining me this morning. And I'm going to be making those, mixing those up in another bowl. So I'm just going to get my eggs peeled, and then I'm just going to put them in this container, and then I'll cut them up and turn these into some egg salad. Maybe you're going to snag. I don't snag here now. I have a sweater on and the pup's right there. I don't want him to snag. So good morning, everyone. Welcome to my kitchen. And I did about 6 eggs, because of course it's just my husband and myself, so I don't have to make large batches. But this will just give me a little variety if I want to come in and make some toast and do an egg salad sandwich or ham salad sandwich. Over the weekend, I'll have that already made up, and it'll be a quick and easy meal. So, watching from Detroit. Oh, well, good morning, Detroit. Have you ever been to Detroit? No, I have not. I'm located in Ohio. And no, I have never been to Detroit. So welcome in. Good morning. I was born and raised in West Virginia. And my husband is from Ohio. So that's why we're living in Ohio. Because his jobs, he was a contractor, and he self-employed. He had his own business, and he built homes from the ground up. So all of his work was here in Ohio, so we just stayed in Ohio. But I'm real close to West Virginia, so it doesn't take me that long to go visit family and friends. Because we're right on the Ohio River. And I like the location. Thanks. I have a lot of family there. Oh, in Ohio? Oh, wow. We're in southeastern Ohio, right along the Ohio River. Where I'm at right now, our mobile home's in a mobile home park. And I can go out on my deck and see the Ohio River. But it's not close enough to me that if it floods, but I can watch the barges. I can see the barges go up and down the river, and I can actually see the Ohio River. Oh, that's nice. Do they like it in Ohio? I really like the location that we're in. It's really close to the grocery stores to go shopping. And I absolutely love this area. We're not too far from Marietta, Ohio. And we're not too far from Parkersburg, West Virginia. So I think it's a very nice location. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get these ready to turn into some egg salad sandwiches this morning. And I'm just going to use this handy dandy little device here. So these get a plate out. And I'm just going to move these over to the plate. I'll go ahead and get a paper towel and wipe that in case it's got a lot of liquid in it. What are you making? So far I've scrambled eggs for the weekend. That way, if my husband and I are in a hurry, we can make like a little buffet. I can go to the refrigerator and get my scrambled eggs out. And of course, I'm going to make bacon and waffles, you know, and have like a variety. And that way it'll be a quick breakfast. It's only the two of us. And I love this little egg cutter when you're making stuff like salads, potato salads, macaroni salads. I absolutely love this little cutter. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop up my eggs. And I'm making, made ham salad for sandwiches. And now I'm making egg salad for sandwiches. Just a few little things to make it a quick grab and go weekend. I like ham salad or egg salad on toast. So it makes it a quick, easy grab and go. And my husband likes to add tomatoes and different things, so he can just add whatever he wants to add and have his own little sandwich. So it's just kind of getting a few things ready for the weekend to make it a nice, enjoyable weekend. So I'm just cutting those once. Then I'm turning the egg, cutting it the second time. And that will make a nice egg salad. So I'm going to move that off to the side. And then I'm going to get me a fork. And I'm just going to kind of mush this a little bit. Take a fork and just kind of mash it down a little bit. Just kind of cut it up just a little bit more. You look beautiful. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for the compliment. And I'm just going to just kind of crush those up a little bit more, just to make it not as long as strips. And that's going to make an absolutely wonderful egg salad for sandwiches. Just something quick and easy. Easy to make. I think that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to do the same thing I did with my ham salad. I'm just going to grab some, what I call heaping spoons, tablespoons of salad dressing. And I'm going to start off with 2. And then I'll see if I think I need any more. And I'll turn this into egg salad for egg salad sandwiches. Now that was 6 eggs boiled and peeled and chopped up. Oh, that's going to be absolutely perfect for egg salad sandwich. You have an awesome day. Just got off work. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you for your compliments and for your kindness. Thank you so much. And I'm going to put that in a storage container to put in the refrigerator. And again, I'm not making really large amounts because it's just myself and my husband. So this will give me plenty for the two of us for a grab-and-go meal. And yes, my hands are clean. And I always have my fingers in everything. So that will give us egg salad for sandwiches on toast. And I'm going to move you back just a little bit so I can get this bowl over here in the sink as well. Put some water in it. Hopefully I don't make too much noise behind here. And that way I know that I can smoke those and it'll be an easy clean for me. Hopefully that's not too much noise behind you. If it is, I apologize. So I am just moving right along here this morning. And I'm going to go ahead and just put this away. Because I'm done with that. So that was pretty quick and easy. So now I have my egg salad made for sandwiches. I will put this on toast. And it turned out absolutely amazing. And that was 6 eggs and 2 heaping tablespoons of Miracle Whip salad dressing. And then I made the ham salad. That was an 8-ounce package of ham. And I chopped it up using the new chopper grinder that my mother-in-law brought me. And 2 heaping tablespoons of Miracle Whip's salad dressing. And then I scrambled about 8 eggs. So I can do like a little breakfast bar, grab and go this weekend. So I'm still waiting for these to cool. I'm going to move them to the cooling rack. And I'm going to go ahead and put these in the refrigerator. So that was 2 very quick and easy things that I put together to have for this weekend. And I can just make some toast and put some egg salad or ham salad on and add whatever I want to add to that. And it's a real quick and easy grab and go sandwich. So now I'm going to make a 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cookie. So it'll have, my husband already has a carrot cake. But just to make sure he has plenty of goodies for the weekend, I'm going to go ahead and make, I'm going to set that off to the side, and I'll get that here in a minute when I put everything in the dishwasher. So I'm going to go ahead and make a 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cookie. Or, yes, pumpkin spice cookie. And this recipe is not my recipe. I was watching the Hillbilly Kitchen, and she had made it in the fall. And so I tried a batch in the fall to see what my husband thought of it, and he absolutely loved it. So I'm going to move you over here and move you down a little bit so you can see my workspace there. And then I'm going to go ahead and move this out of my way. Give me a little bit of workspace here. And I'll get started on these cookies. And the only 2 ingredients, it's a 2-ingredient cookie, and it's 1 spice cake and 1 15-ounce can of 100% pure pumpkin. That's the only 2 ingredients. And I'm going to turn that into some wonderful cookies. So let me get me a bowl out here, and I will get ready to start on that. So all I need is my spice cake. I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 350. I'm going to check my oven to make sure I don't have anything in there. Okay, I'm all good. And I will bake these at 350 degrees. And again, this is not my recipe. This is from the Hillbilly Kitchen. And I was watching her make this in the fall. And, no, baby, you're going to snag. You're going to snag. And I tried it for my husband, and he absolutely loved them. So I'm going to go ahead and make some of these for the weekend. He already has the carrot cake. And then this will give him some pumpkin spice cookies as well. So that'll give him 2 desserts for the weekend. Very simple, very easy, 2-ingredient cookie. And who doesn't love simple and easy? And again, the credit for this recipe goes to the Hillbilly Kitchen. I was watching her this fall, and she had made these, and I thought I would try them this fall. And my husband absolutely loved them. He said they were a hit, and that he really liked them. Now, you can top these once they're baked. You can top these with the cream cheese icing, or you can just make the icing like you would for like a cinnamon roll with a little bit of powdered sugar and just a little tiny bit of milk or water, and make your icing, and just dip them in the powdered sugar icing, or dip them in the, or even just put the icing, the cream cheese icing. That spin's a little big. Let me get a smaller spoon. So I'm doing quick and easy everything this morning. Scrambled eggs, that was easy. Boiled some eggs and made some egg salad for sandwiches. And then I just chopped some ham and made ham salad. And now I'm going to be making a 2-ingredient pumpkin spice cookie. Just want to make sure I don't have anything all over here. Go ahead and get these out of my way. My oven is preheating to 350 degrees. Make sure I don't have anything on there. So good morning, everyone. If you're just coming in, thank you for joining me. We're just doing a little bit of cooking and baking in the kitchen this morning. And hopefully you can see that okay. So all it is one spice cake out of the box, 115-ounce can of 100% pumpkin. And then I'm just going to mix this together. And this is the dough for the cookies. And this will be pumpkin spice cookies. It looks like it's dry, but just keep stirring. It'll all mix up just fine. And these are absolutely delicious if you've not tried them yet. And again, the credit goes to Hillbilly Kitchen. That's where I've seen the recipe. So please go to her channel and like and subscribe on her channel. She does an amazing job. I love to watch her cook and bake. I really enjoy watching her channel. See how fast that came together? Very fast. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? And these are so quick and so easy. Just nothing to it. We'll go around and make sure I don't have any extra powder. Make sure everything's mixed in really good. I got a little bit there on the bottom, so I want to give it a really good stir. And then you're going to have a very moist cookie dough. And I wish you could smell this. This absolutely smells so good. The pumpkin, the 100% pumpkin, and the spice cake mix. Oh, that just smells so good. Okay, so now I'm going to get ready and put these on a cookie sheet. So let me move my eggs over to the side and give myself just a little bit of room. And I'm going to go ahead and get out. I thought I had them out, but apparently I don't. So let me pull out my cookie sheet liners. And I have 2 cookie sheets. And apparently a Philadelphia cream cheese lid. I'm not sure how I got that in there. But I did. I amaze myself sometimes. So let me go ahead and get these lined, and then I'll get the cookies started on those. And I just use these pre-cut Reynolds Kitchen baking sheets, cooking sheets. And I'm just going to put one on each. And then I'm going to get me I'm not sure what size I want. I'm not sure if I want the smaller ones or the bigger ones. Let me see what this is going to look like. It's small. And I'm just going to scoop those right out into a ball. I don't know if you can see that or not. There we go. I'll do one with the smaller cookie scoop. And then I'll do the next one with the large cookie scoop. I think this is going to be plenty big enough. And this is a very wet, moist dough. But it does bake up amazing. These cookies are so soft and so delicious. So simple to make. And they are absolutely just amazing. And my husband really loves his desserts and his treats, and he really likes these. Okay, so there's one tray. I think I'm going to stick with that. I think that's going to be plenty big enough. And that gave me 3, 6. It gave me a dozen on that tray. I'm waiting for my oven to preheat. I'll go ahead and get all of that off that spoon. I'm just going to kind of move everything over a little bit. Make it a little bit easier to scoop. And this just smells so good. The pumpkin and the spice cake. And you want to let these bake until they're solid on the top. They're still soft on the bottom. And then they are done. And they are so moist and so delicious. I think you'll really enjoy them. If you like spice cake and you like pumpkin, it's just an amazing, quick, easy cookie recipe. And there, my oven is ready. It just depends on how big you want your cookies. I think the small cookie scoop is more than big enough. And I have just a little bit of dough left, so that's going to give me 2 dozen. And they are so pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in the oven. And I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes. And then I'll check them in 15 minutes. I have just a few more, so let me see if I have another small. I have another small cookie sheet here, so I'm going to go ahead and just add the rest of that small dough on this cookie sheet. Sorry about the aluminum foil. Wow, I need to lay something over that bowl. Oh, it's just a powder. It's all right. Just to make sure, I'm going to go ahead and lay something under that bowl. It has a very rough bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a towel under there. There we go. And I'm just going to use one of these liners, and I'm just going to leave it doubled because this is a small cookie sheet. And I'm just going to go ahead and use up the rest of this dough and get it on this cookie sheet. I don't want to mar up my bowl. This is normally my bread raising bowl, so I don't want to scratch it up against the sides and mar my bowl. So I think I can get a few more on this small cookie sheet. I might have been able to get those on the others. I ought to just try a little bit. So I'll just go ahead and put these in the oven with the others. I just didn't want to overdo it. Let's see if I can't get enough out of there to finish making that one about the same size. I'm just going to kind of scoop him right down in there. It may not be quite as round as the others, but it will be just fine. And then I've got some extra on here. Don't like to waste. And I'm just going to scoop that onto one of the other cookies. And just get those right in the oven as well. I think my oven may allow that. Let me see. No, that's too long. I'm just going to have to wait and put those in separately. So I'll just let those sit there and I'll just add those in when the others get done. And I'll have my cookies in. What kind of cookies are those? They are a pumpkin spice. They're a 2-ingredient cookie. They have 1 box of the spice cake and 1 can of 100% pure pumpkin. 2 ingredients. You just put it in your bowl, stir it together, and you have your cookie dough. And I'm going to let those bake about 15 minutes. And then I'm going to check on them. See what we've got. And I went ahead, I used the small, this is a 3 tablespoon, but I used the small scoop, which is about a tablespoon. And I will go ahead and get me some cooling racks out. Just want to move my cast iron to the side. And I'll get my second cookie rack, cooling rack out. And then from Hillbilly Kitchen, she suggested 2 different icings. And she made a cream cheese icing. And then she made a icing with the powdered sugar, adding just a wee little bit of milk or water and making it like a stringy icing. And then when they're done and baked and cooled, just dipping them down into just the tops of them, down into the icing, the stringy icing, and then setting them back on the tray to cool. But my husband likes the cream cheese icing. So you could even, if you don't want to make your own, you could get the cream cheese icing and just top them with the cream cheese icing. That's how he preferred it, because he really loves cream cheese. I'm going to get some water in my bowl to make it easier for me to clean it up. Check those and make sure that I don't need to switch them. And they raise so nice. They're looking good. Just making a little bit of room here to put my bowl in. And to keep me from clogging up my sink, which I do not want to do, I'll take a paper towel and just kind of wipe all of that icing or all of that batter out of there. That way I'm not putting it down my sink. Because I don't live in an area where I can put water in my bowl and then take it out and dispose of it. So this just makes it easier for cleanup. Anytime I have any kind of batter or dough. That way I'm not putting all that down my sink and clogging up my sink. So I'll just wipe it out with paper towels and then toss them. So that is so easy, so simple. I've got a lot done this morning, and it was just the little easy, simple things. It'll be nice little things that'll help me out this weekend. If I have a busy weekend and I'm in a hurry. So I hope that was not too boring. Sorry, now I'm over here. I could bring you over where I'm at. I'm just adding some water in my bowls to make it a little easier to clean. And that was some quick, easy things that I put together there. And it makes an easy cleanup. Very easy cleanup. And that gave me something for breakfast, something for lunch, and something for snacks. So that was really pretty quick. I'll let you see these cookies where they're at right now. Oops, sorry, I'm rocking. I'll let you see how nice they raise. And you're going to see how they kind of split on the top. That's what you're going to be wanting. And once they get hard to the touch, they're firm on the top, you know that these are done. So about 15-20 minutes. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate my racks. And I will give them another maybe 10 minutes. Let me reset my timer. And I think they should be ready. So about 20 minutes, I think will be the total. I think I started that off at 15 minutes. I'll have to go back and look. I'm not really sure. I think that was around 10 or 15 minutes. Hi, can I have the full recipe, please? They look absolutely delicious. Thank you in advance. That was one box. Let me see, there's that. Let me get another can. It's just 2 ingredients. It's 1 box of just spice cake mix and 1 can, and it has to be 100% pure pumpkin, and that was a 15-ounce can. So it's 2 ingredients, and you just put in your cake mix, add your pumpkin, and stir it, scoop it out on your cookie sheets, and bake, and you have pumpkin spice cookies. And then, of course, this is not my recipe. I was watching the Hillbilly Kitchen in the fall, and I was making some fall desserts, and this just looked absolutely delicious. So I tried it to see what my husband would think, and he said they were amazing. They were definitely a keeper. He had the thumbs up in the air, and he said definitely that's a keeper recipe. So, and then she suggested 2 icings, and the one would be powdered sugar, and just add a little bit, just a tiny bit of milk, and stir it up until you have like a stringy consistency, similar to like on a cinnamon roll, and use milk or water to get that consistency with your powdered sugar. And she had a recipe for the cream cheese icing, and I didn't make that up. So I have to always keep cans of cream cheese icing, and my husband likes it. And what I'll do is just open a thing of cream cheese icing, and once they're cool, I'll just add it to the top. Hi, good morning. How are you this morning? So it's just the 2 ingredients. 1 spice cake mix in the box. 1 15-ounce can of 100% pure pumpkin. And that's all there is to this recipe. And it is absolutely delicious. I wish you could smell my kitchen right now. And then after you put your icing on top, you can sprinkle it with just a little bit of pumpkin pie spice. Or if you're making your own icing, just add a little bit of the pumpkin pie spice to the icing. And oh my, it is so good. And again, this is not my recipe. The credit would go to Hillbilly Kitchen, because that's who I was watching, and I thought that is an amazing 2 ingredients, quick, easy cookie. And I tried it, and it is absolutely delicious. They're still just a little bit soft, so I'm going to give them a few more minutes. I've got 6 minutes. So I think that's all I'm going to do this morning. My eggs are cooling. I made the scrambled eggs first. I'm going to put those in the refrigerator because I'm going to be making like a little buffet breakfast. I'll be making some blueberry waffles. I'll have scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, and home fries. And my husband can just go through and get whatever he wants, and we can just pop it in the microwave and have a quick breakfast. And then I made the ham salad. For sandwiches on toast. And that was 8 ounces of chopped ham. Little cubes of ham. I chopped it up in my little chopper. And then I added 2 heaping tablespoons of Miracle Whip salad dressing. And that's the ham salad. And then I boiled 6 eggs and got them out of their shell. I cut them up, chopped them up just a little bit, and made egg salad for sandwiches. That way I can just put these on toast and have a quick, easy, wonderful meal for this weekend. And I did not make large batches. This was 8 ounces of ham, and this was 6 eggs. because it's only my husband and myself, so I don't make large batches. But this will do us, you know, at least 2 meals. So, I think that's about all I'm going to get done this morning. I'm not really doing a whole lot. And that was trying out the new chopper that my mother-in-law stopped and delivered last week. She said she was a little upset it should have been here for Christmas. So she stopped and dropped it off. That was the first time using it. It's a Cuisinart, and it has the chop and grind. And it done an absolutely amazing job with the chunks of ham, and I just used the pulse, and it made absolutely wonderful ham salad for sandwiches. So that's all I'm probably going to be doing this morning. I'm going to go ahead and put some of these bowls over into my dishwasher while I'm waiting. If you have any more questions, I'll try to answer them. I just want to thank you for stopping in this morning. Joining me while I was cooking and doing a little bit of baking. Nothing major. Just a few little things. That makes it a quick, easy cleanup. And I've got a little bit of a head start for the weekend. I'll go ahead and hand wash those other things. Some things I like to hand wash. I don't like to run them through my dishwasher. And hopefully by that time, we should be ready to pull out those cookies. And I'll go ahead and get that started. Quick and easy. Wanted to make sure there wasn't any more questions. I'm going to go ahead and turn you back this way. I'm going to go ahead and put my eggs, scrambled eggs away. And I just did those in the iron skillet. And I just scrambled 6 eggs for breakfast for this weekend. And then the egg salad and the ham salad. So that's all ready to go into the refrigerator. And I'm going to check on my cookies and see where they are. See if they're ready to come out. They should be just about ready. They're still just a little bit soft. So I think I'm going to give them another 4 minutes. Because you want them to be solid on top, but yet they're so moist and so fluffy in the middle. They are absolutely delicious. And move the big bowl over there. So that was pretty quick and pretty easy. Not much to it. I didn't turn on my noisy fan, my exhaust fan, but it's starting to get a little warm here in the kitchen. So I didn't want all that noise. But I think this is a very nice little gift from my mother-in-law. I'll have to tell her that I used it and I absolutely love it. And I think I'm going to be taking it to the camper. It's going to be the perfect size for the camper. And that is the Cuisinart. And it's just a small one. And she stopped by last week, my mother-in-law did, and she said, I ordered it for Christmas, but it didn't get here till late. And she stopped and brought that to me last week. And it's a very nice size. This will be absolutely wonderful to put in my camper. So I got to try it out. Today was the first time I used it, and I absolutely love it. It did a really, really good job. I chopped that ham up very easy using the pulse. And it has a chop and a grind. Just want to rinse everything off a little bit. Make it a little easier to clean. And I'm waiting on those cookies. They're almost done. And my kitchen smells so good. It smells like spice cake and pumpkin. Smells delicious in here. Smells like a bakery. So let's hope this is about ready here. Let's see what we've got. Those are solid on top. I think I want to still give them just a little bit longer. Because of the cake batter, I don't want them to be too soft in the middle. So I'm going to rotate them and I'm going to try another 5 minutes. I want you to see how nice and fluffy those are. And you can see that they're starting to crack across the top. And then you want the top to be solid, but they're still soft in the middle. So I'm going to go another 5 minutes just to make sure. And then I'm going to stick a toothpick down in there just to see if they're done. And I just use the small 1 tablespoon scooper. And scoop them with the small scooper. Just a little one. And I think that's perfect size cookie. So, I've got my cooling racks ready. I'm just waiting for them to come out and we will get to see the finished product. Again, that was the 2 ingredients. 1 spice cake mix and 1 15-ounce can of 100% pure pumpkin. So 2 ingredient pumpkin spice cookies. And again, that credit goes to Hillbilly Kitchen. This is not my recipe. This is her recipe. So please, by all means, go check out her channel. She does so many wonderful recipes. I really enjoy her channel. Go check out her channel and like and subscribe. I think you'll really enjoy her channel. She does such an amazing job. She's a wonderful cook, wonderful baker. Okay, keep checking these. I don't want them to overbake. Now we're getting good and solid. So let me go ahead and get a toothpick ready. I'm going to go ahead and let them complete their 3 minutes. And then I'm going to bring them over and put them out on the cooling rack. So, just smells so good in here this morning. I love pumpkin and I love spice cakes and carrot cakes and all of that good stuff. So, and my husband said they were absolutely delicious. They were a hit. He loved them. He said, please keep that recipe. So I thought, since I was just doing little things this morning that was quick and easy, I would just go ahead, since he already had a carrot cake made up in the refrigerator, I would make him some pumpkin spice cookies. Because his cookie container and dessert container is empty. And he keeps it there on the island to let me know that when it's empty, he needs it refilled. He really enjoys his desserts and all of his goodies. He might be just a little bit spoiled. So we have to get that filled back up. I've got me a toothpick ready. I'm going to go ahead and pull one rack, because I don't want them to overbake. And I'm going to go ahead and put a toothpick in here and see where it's at. Make sure I get this back out of the way. I don't want that near that hot pan. And I'm going to stick a toothpick down in there and I'm going to see. They're coming out. It's coming out clean. I'm not getting anything stuck. I don't know. They look pretty close to me. Now that one's a little soft yet. I'm going to go ahead and put them back in because that one had just a little bit that stuck to the toothpick. So it wouldn't hurt. They're so close. I want to pull those out, swap them around again. I don't want my bottom to brown. But don't those just look absolutely delicious? Absolutely delicious. And this rack looks like it might be a little more done. They're solid on top. You want them solid on top. And then they have a soft middle. I'm going to set that again for 5 minutes. And I'm going to take the other side of my toothpick. Oh yeah, those are good. Those are right there. I want to make sure that nothing is sticking to my toothpick, that's coming out clean. Those are still just a little bit doughy, but I want you to see what they look like. I'm just going to pull one up here. Look at that. Are those not absolutely beautiful? And you're wanting the top to crack. You want it to be solid. And just like a cake, when you're pushing down, because it's the cake mix, you want about the same texture. But they're soft and fluffy. They're a little bit solid on the top and lightly browned on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put those back in and let them have that extra 5 minutes. But they are that close. It's just been a while since I made them. It was back in the fall, and I don't remember. It may have been about the time that you would use on the back of your cake box. So it's saying 26 to 31 minutes for a 13 by 9. Cupcakes 13 to 18 minutes. So these would probably be closer to the 13 to 18 minutes or just a little bit longer. So you just have to, depends on your oven and how your oven bakes, the temperature that it bakes. So, and it's been a while since I've done this. It was back in the fall. I did a live back in the fall making the pumpkin spice cookies. So I'm going to let them have those 3 minutes. And I will be right back. I'm going to go check on my fur babies and make sure that they're doing good. I've got one right here sleeping, but I want to see where my other one is. And my other fur baby is sleeping in the other room. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull those. Those have like a minute and a half. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull them both and then put these last 4 in to bake. I probably could have added these to the other trays, but I wasn't quite sure how much dough I was going to have left. So that's just fine. I'll just put these in and do the same thing. And I'll just set these for 20 minutes. Since I know it's going to be at least 20 minutes to bake those. So I have 1 minute left. So I've got quite a bit done today. You know, it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't, a whole lot, that's going to overwhelm me. But it'll give me a really nice, good start for the weekend. And then look at this sourdough. Because it's warmer in here. There's the sourdough starter. I fed it this morning. I put it in this clean jar. I took out 1/4 cup of starter. I added 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of water. Stirred it all together and put it into this fresh, clean container. And the rubber band is where it was at when I fed it. And it has now almost completely doubled its size. And you can see all of those beautiful bubbles on the sourdough starter. So right now I just have my cover that came with this. This is one of the kits that I was showing on my live stream. And this is the container, the black rubber band, and the cloth cover. And then when I go to put it in the refrigerator, it comes with a wooden lid. I'll remove this cloth. I wanted all that air to get in there. I wanted this to double its size, which it has. It's almost double. Then I'll remove this cloth, put the lid on, and put it back in the refrigerator because this is a new starter. It's still a baby. It's still very young. And this is only the 2nd week. It was started last Monday. So this is only its 2nd week. And as you can see, it is a very healthy, very active starter. You can see all them bubbles in there. And if I take the cover off, just look at all those bubbles. So, because it's a little bit warmer in here today, it doubled its size a little bit faster. Yes, I fed that at 7 this morning. So that's going to be ready to go back into my refrigerator. And then I'll do the same thing tomorrow. And I'm saving my discard. It's not strong enough yet to make the sourdough because this is a very young starter. This is only the second week. So I'm saving the discard and I'm making pancakes out of them, waffles. And then I've actually taken some of the discard and got my cast iron skillet hot, added a little bit of oil, and made like a fried bread with my discard. And it was absolutely delicious. So you can see that it's almost doubled. It started out at 400 and it's 6.5 heading for 7. And I fed that at 7 o'clock this morning. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit there just a little bit longer. And then it's going to go back in the refrigerator until tomorrow morning. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing. I'll feed it. I'll remove 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of my starter. Then I'll add back in 1/4 cup of flour and 1/4 cup of water, as long as it's unbleached flour of any kind and no chlorine in the water, 1/4 cup each. And I stir it up real good. I allow it to set out and rise and double in size, and then I put it back in the refrigerator till the next day. Of course, this is a young starter. And these are done. Oh, there we go. Just look at those beautiful cookies. And oh my, if you could only smell this, the spice cake and the pumpkin. Oh. Don't those just look absolutely delicious? And you can see how the tops have cracked. You want to see that. And then you want them to be firm on the top, but they're still soft. So those are nice and firm. So they are done. They are done, ready to cool. And then I can put some cream cheese icing on top, and they will be ready for my husband's dessert dish. So I'm going to put those in, and I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. Because I know it's going to take at least 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and move that, and that. And I'll move these where you can see them. And I just used the toothpick to check the centers to make sure that they were coming out nice and clean, that nothing was sticking. And there you have a nice firm top. And then they have a lightly browned bottom. And do note those not look absolutely delicious. And then I want to top those with some cream cheese icing. And again, the credit for this recipe goes to Hillbilly Kitchen. That's where I seen the recipe and was watching her make them, and I thought those would be really good. So you can either make like a stringy icing with the powdered sugar and just a little bit of milk or water, and wait till they cool, and then you'll just have your icing in a bowl and just dip them down in, and then turn them back over and set them on your cooling rack. You can glaze them, or you can use your own cream cheese icing, or if you have a container like I have. So it depends on which icing you'd want. They're delicious either way. And then once I get them topped, I'll just sprinkle just a light coat of just a few sprinkles of pumpkin pie spice on the top. So anyway, that's all I have today. So I hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully that wasn't too boring, and it gave me a little bit of a, I'm trying to get ready for the weekend, so that gave me a little bit of things that are done ahead of time. It's going to make my weekend easier. I have scrambled eggs, and tomorrow I'm going to make some waffles and do some bacon and some sausage and some home fries. And then I'll just make a little, like, buffet. My husband can pick out what he wants, put it in the microwave, and I've got a big head start for the weekend. Hi, good morning. How are you this morning, puppy mommy? Good morning. We just got done baking some cookies, the pumpkin pie spice cookies. I made ham salad for sandwiches this weekend for my husband and myself. And I made egg salad, and I scrambled some eggs in the cast iron skillet. And right now I just have it soaking in water because with cast iron, eggs want to stick. So I'll just soak this with water, and all that will lift right up. And then I'll go, once I get this out, I'll go through and boil my cast iron skillet and clean it and then oil it, and it'll be ready for the next use. So that's all I have this morning. I hope that was not too boring. Sorry, I'm moving you slowly. And it inspires you to go into your kitchen and, you know, to cook and to bake and to try new things and enjoy your kitchen. And, you know, if you have a small family like myself, little things like this, you know, I come in this morning and I was able to scramble the eggs, make an egg salad, make a ham salad for sandwiches, and the eggs for breakfast, and then make a little dessert. And all of these were very quick and very easy. And I'll have them for the weekend, so I have a head start already for my weekend. So that's all I have. And again, you really should try these absolutely delicious cookies. I think you'll really enjoy them. They are so good. And, oh, if you could just smell the pumpkin and spice, and they don't even have the icing on yet. Imagine that with some icing. And I got 2 dozen on these 2 trays, a dozen each, and then I have 4 extra in the oven. Now, if you want to make them a little smaller, of course, you could double the size, you know, the amount of cookies. I think this is a nice size. I just use the small scooper, the 1 tablespoon, I think is what it is. It's the small one. It's not the 3 tablespoon one. And the 2 ingredients, the spice cake and the pumpkin pie, 100% pumpkin, 15-ounce can, 1 box of spice cake mix, and mix it together, and you have beautiful, delicious cookies. And it's quick and it's easy, and they're absolutely delicious. And then you can top it with a glaze icing and dip them in it, or use your own cream cheese icing, or if you have a container like mine, and add cream cheese icing to them, and or eat them plain. They're absolutely delicious plain. And they have a little bit of brown on the bottom. They're nice and fluffy. You want to make sure that they're solid on top. I just stick a toothpick in to make sure that nothing's coming out that comes out clean. I don't want them to be too brown on the bottom. And these are just absolutely a wonderful little treat. So, that's all I have today. So I just want to thank everybody for stopping in. And as always, thank you for your kindness and your patience. And I'm going to hop off of here. I've been on here now a little over an hour and a half. And I try to stay on here about an hour to an hour and a half because of my bad leg and foot. So I've been on here for a little over an hour and a half. So I'm going to hop off of here. I hope that was giving, you know, a little inspiring, giving you a little bit of inspiration to come in and cook and bake and try new things and enjoy your kitchen. And if you're cooking or baking for a small family, like me, I have my husband and myself. So this way I can make it ahead. I can put it in the refrigerator, and I have already started on my breakfast for this weekend. I've already got ham salad and egg salad to put on toast for sandwiches, and I have cookies for dessert. So, that's all I got today. So I'll catch you the next time. As always, come in your kitchen. Enjoy your kitchen. Try new things. And never be afraid to try new things. You're never too old or too young to learn. I'm learning every day. And stay safe, everybody. I'll catch you the next time. And as always, no matter what you're doing in your kitchen, whether it's cooking, baking, or preserving, or fermenting, or whatever it may be, always follow the USDA guidelines. Make sure that you're safe. You're preparing this under the USA guidelines. You're safe, your family's safe, and you want to keep safety first. Always safety first. So till next time, bye-bye everybody. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful weekend. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye everyone. Enjoy your weekend.